Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Nathan's return to Port Charles has sent shockwaves through the community, and the story is only getting more complicated as the Amnesia twist takes center stage. Fans had been waiting for years, hoping that he might somehow resurface, and now that he has, the excitement is mingled with deep questions, confusion, and the heartbreak of realizing he can't remember anything about his survival story or where he's been. This isn't just a dramatic soap turn. It's the kind of narrative choice that can shake up every corner of the canvas, touching lives and unraveling truths that were long buried. The mystery of Nathan's missing memories might become the heartbeat of the show's next big arc, and the possibilities it opens up are staggering. When someone like Nathan, a character whose death was cemented in the minds of viewers, suddenly returns alive, there has to be a reason the writers kept this secret in their back pocket. But the real kicker is the memory loss. Without his memories, Nathan doesn't even have the luxury of explaining what happened to him. He can't recall how he escaped death, who saved him, or what forces kept him away from his loved ones. This forces the entire community of Port Charles to not only adjust to the shock of his presence, but also to embark on a journey of uncovering truths that Nathan himself cannot provide. The amnesia isn't just a medical condition. It's a narrative device that locks away crucial answers. Maxie's reaction to Nathan's return is one of the most emotionally charged aspects of the storyline. Imagine standing in front of the love of your life, the man you grieved, the father of your child, only to realize that he has no recollection of your shared history. For Maxie, this is not only a second chance but also a devastating twist of fate. She wants to pour her heart out, remind him of everything they built together, but how do you rekindle a love when one person doesn't even remember being in love? The amnesia creates both distance and potential. Maxie must decide whether to fight for Nathan's memory or to accept that he may never be the same man she lost. The impact on James, Nathan, and Maxie's son cannot be understated. James is still so young, but the knowledge that his father is alive, yet doesn't remember him, will weigh heavily on his future. It introduces an incredibly poignant dynamic, as Maxie will need to navigate explaining Nathan's condition to their child while also protecting his heart from disappointment. Soap operas thrive on generational storytelling, and this is a chance to lay groundwork for James's character development for years to come. Will James feel abandoned? Will he resent his father for not remembering him? Or will he hold on to hope that Nathan's memories will return? Beyond Maxie and James, Nathan's amnesia reverberates through the broader Port Charles community. Nina, his sister, will be torn apart by this development. Nina's life has been one emotional roller coaster after another, and the return of her brother should be a moment of pure joy. Instead, it's a bittersweet reality. She has him back in the flesh, but she doesn't truly have him. His memories of their bond, their family history, and the love they shared as siblings are locked away. Nina, who has fought so hard for a sense of belonging and family, now faces the cruel challenge of rebuilding that connection from scratch. And then there's the larger question of who orchestrated Nathan's disappearance and memory loss. Soap fans know that amnesia is rarely an accident. If Nathan's memories have been wiped, there's a strong chance someone did this deliberately. Perhaps it was part of a larger scheme to control him, to keep him hidden, or to use him as leverage. Could Caesar Faison's shadow still be lingering over Nathan's life? Could another enemy have swooped in, realizing Nathan's value as both a police officer and as Maxie's soulmate? Or did someone in Port Charles itself have a role in keeping him away all this time? The possibilities are endless, and the lack of answers only deepens the intrigue. What makes this twist so captivating is the way it forces Nathan to rediscover himself. Stripped of his past, he's like a blank slate, wandering through the ruins of a life he can't recall. Every familiar face he encounters triggers a spark of recognition that never quite ignites into memory. For viewers, watching Nathan interact with those he once loved, and watching them try to pull him back into the fold, is both heartbreaking and compelling. The journey to restore his memory, if it ever comes, will likely be long, dramatic, and filled with setbacks. But what if Nathan never recovers his memories? That's another angle worth exploring. The soap could take the daring step of allowing Nathan to move forward as a changed man, someone who resembles the old Nathan but is fundamentally different because his memories are gone. This could set the stage for a new romance, new rivalries, and even new career choices. Maxie would then have to grapple with the reality that she cannot simply pick up where they left off. She would face the painful truth that the man standing in front of her may never be the same partner she lost, even if she still loves him with all her heart. Of course, General Hospital thrives on suspense and the slow burn of mysteries unraveling. The breadcrumbs about where Nathan has been will inevitably start dropping. Even if he doesn't remember, physical clues, strange behaviors, and hints from outsiders could begin painting a picture of his lost years. Perhaps he was held captive, experimented on, or brainwashed. Perhaps he was living another life entirely, unaware of who he truly was. Every revelation could shake Port Charles further, and each piece of the puzzle will only lead to more questions. The ripple effects extend beyond Nathan's immediate circle. Consider how his return will affect Maxie's current relationships and dynamics. If she has tried to move on, Nathan's reappearance will complicate everything. A living husband changes her status, her feelings, and her future. Friends who supported her in her grief will have their own strong opinions, some warning her against diving back into heartbreak, others encouraging her to fight for Nathan. The drama here isn't just about Nathan's amnesia, it's about how everyone around him navigates the tidal wave of change his return creates. Then there's the question of professional life. Nathan was a detective, dedicated to law enforcement. Without his memories, can he step back into that role? Or will he struggle to find his footing, caught between flashes of instinct and a mind that doesn't recall years of training? His career arc could become a fascinating subplot, either a story of redemption as he relearns his skills or a tragic reminder of everything he's lost. Nathan's return intersects with her own messy world of secrets, betrayals, and shifting loyalties. She may see Nathan as a chance to anchor herself, to ground her life in family ties that have always been fragile. But her involvement could backfire if Nathan's condition becomes a tool for enemies to exploit. Imagine if someone like Valentine or another power player in Port Charles decided to manipulate Nathan's memory gaps for their own gain. That introduces yet another layer of intrigue. Nathan could become a pawn in a larger game he doesn't even understand. Viewers will also be eager to see how other veterans of the canvas react. Characters like Dante, who once worked alongside Nathan, will be stunned to see him alive. Their bond as colleagues and friends could provide some of the most heartfelt scenes as Dante tries to remind Nathan of their shared history. But at the same time, Dante is a cop. He'll want answers. If Nathan doesn't have them, that only fuels the mystery. And in true soap fashion, Dante might even investigate Nathan himself, torn between loyalty and suspicion. The emotional weight of Nathan's amnesia is also fertile ground for storytelling because it taps into universal fears. The idea of losing one's identity, of forgetting the people you love most, strikes a chord with viewers on a deeply human level. Watching Maxie fight to bring Nathan back to himself mirrors the real-life struggles of people who deal with memory loss in their families. Soap operas often succeed most when they blend heightened drama with relatable emotion, and this storyline does exactly that. Of course, the million-dollar question on everyone's mind is whether Nathan's memories will eventually return. Soap tradition suggests that, at some point, he'll get flashes, visions, dreams, or sudden moments of recall triggered by familiar sights or sounds. The journey could be long, filled with near misses and heartbreaking setbacks, but when those memories start trickling back, it will be electrifying. Imagine the moment when Nathan finally remembers holding James as a baby, or the first time he looked into Maxie's eyes and told her he loved her. These beats will not only reward patient viewers, but also pay tribute to the history that made Nathan such a beloved character in the first place. But if the writers want to subvert expectations, they could withhold those memories indefinitely, keeping Nathan in this limbo state. That opens up endless story possibilities, as Maxie and Nathan try to forge something new while grappling with the ghost of what once was. In this version, the tension comes from the uncertainty. Viewers never know if the next episode will bring a breakthrough or another disappointment. Nathan's amnesia also adds danger. If he can't remember who he crossed paths with during his missing years, he may have enemies lurking in the shadows. Someone could be watching him, waiting to strike, or determined to ensure his memories never return. The threat of violence or blackmail becomes ever-present, raising the stakes not just for Nathan but for everyone around him. This transforms the storyline from a personal drama into a broader thriller, intertwining emotional stakes with suspense. The Amnesia twist is a masterstroke because it prevents closure. Nathan is back, but his return doesn't resolve anything. It raises more questions, creates more pain, and ensures the story has legs for months, maybe even years. Fans will tune in not only to watch his interactions, but also to hunt for clues, speculate about his past, and root for his recovery. It's the perfect soap setup. Part romance, part mystery, part emotional roller coaster. Ultimately, Nathan's journey is about identity and connection. Without his memories, he is forced to rediscover who he is through the eyes of the people who love him. Maxie, Nina, Dante, James. They all become mirrors, reflecting fragments of the man Nathan used to be. Whether those reflections help him rebuild his past or push him toward a new future is the question that will keep audiences hooked. This is more than just a return from the dead story. It's a meditation on what makes us who we are, our memories, our relationships, or our choices moving forward. Nathan's amnesia ensures that his comeback isn't simple or easy, but layered, painful, and utterly addictive to watch. Every scene will matter. Every interaction will carry the weight of history lost and the hope of history reclaimed. And as Port Charles rallies around him, or plots against him, the stage is set for one of the most unforgettable arcs in recent soap history. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for all of your updates.